Live.
Go.
Hey, the biggest pig in the house right now. This one right here. This is Kevin, my brother. He's my older brother. Wow, this is like this this camera's like really like you see how you're blurry, but I'm not. Is that
Maybe,
weird?
maybe it's the lighting.
What's up with that?
Maybe it's the lighting.
Is it the
Is
lighting?
it because I'm wearing a white shirt? Maybe because I'm wearing a white shirt.
Maybe.
It's reflecting.
Or are you just blurry in life?
Maybe.
All right. So comments. Hold on. I'm blind. I gotta make these comments bigger. Alrighty. Maria says, "How's your day?" I had a pretty good day. Chill. Yeah, nothing too spectacular. Did some work emails and phone calls. Played some Fortnite. Chilling. Had some lunch with my mom and my brother. So that's awesome. Let's see. Jimmy says, "Hey Richard, what's up? What's your brother's name? Kevin."
Kevin.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So welcome everyone to the stream. Good to see you all on. So Jimmy asked, Kevin, do you play video games?
Well, I used to play video games back in must have been like middle school, high school, but it was like the old school games like StarCraft. We played Counter Strike. I don't know, Roller Coaster Tycoon. I don't think they have that anymore in like The Sims, but ever since then, nothing, not too much.
Yeah, I still do.
I can say.
Yeah,
I still watch you.
Yeah, he watches my live streams, my professional gaming matches. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. No Faces. Have you seen 13 Reasons Why? I've seen it. Have you?
I actually haven't. I saw that actually passing, scrolling through Netflix last night. I heard some pretty gruesome stuff, but I haven't watched it because it seems like it's pretty real.
Yeah, no, it's real and it's a little bit over exaggerated.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, for me, I watched it because what I had it relates with,
Sure.
speaking and getting to understand the challenges that a lot of students go through.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So I guess what we're going to talk about today, I would say, is maybe some of the challenges of. Okay, so here, let me give you a better introduction of my brother. So again, this is my brother Kevin. He's about a year and a half older than me. He's someone that I've always looked up to growing up. Besides him always picking on me when I was younger. Let's see. He's always historically done very well in his life, I would say. Would you agree?
It's all right.
All right. Well, I mean, that's
good enough, I guess.
It's all opinions. He got good grades in school, went to UCLA, made $2,000 selling Pokemon cards in middle school. Broke some league records in swim when you were young. So just a lot of good things, and obviously, good work ethic and everything like that. So he's been through a lot, and so I guess what I want to say is this is a great opportunity. To ask any questions. If you have any life questions you want to ask, my brother's another amazing person to ask about it because he's full of wisdom and knowledge. Why do you look blurry? That's so weird. Real quick, can everyone hear us? Okay, I imagine that you probably can hear, but I just want to double check because we are dealing with technology, and technology is wants to do whatever it wants to do.
Well, maybe it's the camera.
Is it smudged? You're just smudging
maybe
it more?
Maybe it's the camera.
Did you just fix it?
No, it looked clear.
Hold on. We got this. We got this. Hold on.
They say we can hear you.
All right. Wait. What if I just did that?
Maybe it's over here. See, I look. Oh, it's just the focus. Yeah.
Why is it like that? So
it's probably focusing on you, so it's not. Because like if I go next to you, I'm clear. So it's focusing on like
if I move back a little bit?
Well, then it's probably gonna focus on me more clear. No, okay. You're just always clear in life. You have the clear vision in life. My life is blurry, I guess.
Maybe. All right. I guess we'll just make do with what we have here. Let's see. Thank you for letting us know that you could hear us. That's good to know. Jimmy says, Kevin, how much are you gaming in a weekly basis, and how many hours are you playing right now? 0, I'm guessing. Oh wait, no. You got words with friends.
Oh, I guess to play Words with Friends, it's educational. I say that's educational.
I'm gonna say roughly about 80 hours a day
8 hours a day.
of Words with Friends.
That's probably all the gaming I do is just Words with Friends here and there with one person.
That's funny. Let's see. How old are you? What year were you born? What's your social security number?
Social security number, write it down quick, 326 52 38 49. And I'm 30 years old and I was born in 1987.
Let's see. House tour, please. You're gonna have to go back in one of the live streams where I actually did a house tour real briefly when I was grabbing a drink of water. Uh, okay, here. Could you try? Can you try on Rich's glasses? That was. All right, I want to see this. I want to see this too.
Oh my god, these are really bad. I'm not gonna open my eyes. That was pretty bad. Your vision's pretty off.
All right, all right. Oh, good. That's good. Oof. All right.
Do I play Fortnite? No, I don't. I actually just watch some videos sometimes on Facebook. They have like people have like live streams and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting how everybody's just getting into it. All like types of ages.
Yeah. No,
it's pretty crazy.
yeah. I mean, Fortnite it's ridiculous. Like I can't believe it's exactly like you said. It's all different age groups. It's not just middle school. Like 75. Yeah. Every single time I go to school, it's about 75% of the school population that has played Fortnite before.
Yeah. Even like musicians, like rappers, and athletes. As
Paul
well,
George.
Too. Pretty interesting.
Paul George plays
Drake, right?
Yeah. Marshmallow. It's crazy. Let's see here. Ooh, what kind of music do you listen to? I'm gonna let you go with this one.
Just a mix of a little of everything, just kind of eclectic. Sometimes hip hop, sometimes rock music, alternative as well too. Coldplay,
Nice.
a little of everything.
Yeah, and it's just thinking about this. It's for me, it's pretty interesting because when I started listening to music, I felt like I had a very narrow scope. Like it was very fixed in alternative rock.
Mm-hmm.
That could be Linkin Park, Muse, Coldplay, One Republic, Imagine Dragons, like that. Although I definitely do love those, I'm starting to become more open. And like I remember used to play a lot of like I don't know hip hop R&B stuff, and I'd just be like, like rap, and I'm just like, eh. But then now that I listen to it, I don't know, I just appreciate it more.
Just the artistic, probably.
Yeah. Let's see here. Who looks younger? Kevin or Richard? Who looks younger? I'm curious. Moon says, what do you think about Richard when he wasn't doing well in school when you guys were younger? Ooh, I like that question.
That's a deep question. What did you think about Richard when he wasn't doing well in school when you guys were younger? Honestly, I didn't think too much of it. I just knew that he was doing his best, and that was honestly the most important thing. School and grades aren't everything. You obviously should try to do that because I think just school itself and grades, it teaches you a lot of just about life and discipline as well too. So I think it's really important to get good grades, but I would do it with, I mean, your best of your ability, but I wouldn't like overemphasize it as well too. Like if you try your best and you're getting whatever like A's and B's here and there, just do your best, but don't think it's everything because it's not on everything. It's not the end of the world.
Right on. Let's see here. Thank you, Pokemon. Appreciate it. Let's see, Little Bear. We just happen to answer that question right now. Jimmy says, "What were the fun childhood memories you have together growing up? Is there any fun memory you have together?" No, nothing fun. Not with this guy.
Yeah. It was
miserable with this guy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just kidding. Oh, hey, you want to share your number 2 story?
Number 2 story.
When we're walking home and
that's weird.
No, all right.
I don't think that really has any significance, but I mean, we can talk about like Pokemon. I think for
Okay,
me
okay.
that was. I'm sure you've always talked about it.
I'm trying to throw you on the bus, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. But favorite memories. I mean, it would definitely just be Pokemon. We didn't have the money for it, and that's kind of where I got my entrepreneurial like spirit is just being able to trade and collect all the cards that were like worthless and just trade them up, sell them, and continue to repeat that process. That's how I made thousands of dollars in middle school. I did that again with candy, just selling it, and then also like what else? Beanie Babies as well too. So But it was really around just like Pokemon, hanging out, playing the card games, playing like the Game Boy video games as well too. On the weekends, going to card shops, trading them, going to malls as well too. So while it was fun and all, I think for me it was a big part of like playing Pokemon was the aspect that I needed to make money for the family just early on. So it was like two in one.
I'm just curious how I've never asked my brother this question before. How okay, in terms of having fun with Pokemon versus making money for the family while in middle school still,
Yeah.
um like if you were to allocate 100 points total, like what's the balance of importance to you?
I think in the beginning because we couldn't have any of the cards. We couldn't buy anything. It was like I wanted it so bad. I wanted just to be involved and I wanted to fit in and obviously be to have Pokemon cards. So what I would say is in the beginning when I didn't have any of the cards and I was just trying to essentially get any of the cards that I could, I would say maybe like 55-60% entertainment and then like 40 to 45% business. But as I started to accumulate more of the cards, and I knew that I believed in myself to be able to trade up and be able to sell the cards and buy more of them. It really started becoming more so business than fun because I knew that money was possible and that most of the kids our age didn't have access to money like this, and I was able to make thousands of dollars out of nothing. So that in itself was like another game that was actually more entertaining than Pokemon itself.
Wow, that's really fascinating because so obviously my brother and I grew up together. You know, we both played Pokemon and we both were kind of in the same space. It's funny because as you were selling cards and making money off of it, and of course you try to kept. I remember you were pushing me to do it, and you're like, "Come on, like you can make money and stuff like that." Like mentally, like I didn't really see the point of making money because well for whatever reason. And it's interesting to see like for you, like you were actually pushing hard to make money, and for me, like I just play Pokemon for fun. Like,
Yeah, that it's weird that we do see it a little bit differently, but and like I was kind of touching on before, it was just the almost like survival mechanism.
hmm.
Like I just knew that I had to make money for just for the family, for my mom as well too, because I just saw that how much she was struggling, and day in and day out, all she could think about was like money, how much we were in debt, and so for me, it was I wouldn't say as drastic as life or death, but for me, it was so pertinent that I had to focus on how do I flip Pokemon cards, how do I flip anything in life and just be able to make money, but make it the right way.
Nice, right on. All right, let's go. Hey, McKenna, long time no see. Good to see you back on. We miss you here. Says, hey Richard, so I haven't been on recently. I've been really busy with school and such. That's a okay. Thanks for being on now, and I understand. Kenny says, oh nope, conversations with each other. Alrighty. Oh, I feel like I just. Where do we go? John, if you're asking my brother, he does not play games. FBS says Richard looks a little younger. To be honest, I am a little bit younger. To be honest, so you're
True.
right. You're right with that one. Morgan says, "What's your favorite thing about Richard?"
My favorite thing about Richard. That's a good question. Nothing. Is it just say nothing? It's just what's weird is like you don't with family you don't get more than one family and we've had our ups and downs growing up as brothers and I've loved this guy to death like it doesn't matter the struggles that we've been through. I'm sure there's many times where I've pushed him with good intention. I've pushed him really really hard and he's hated my guts like absolutely I'm sure but
Annoyed,
just
annoyed.
annoyed. But what I would say is just having him as a brother, like having him, just watching him grow. It doesn't. I've seen him through his ups and downs, and the fact that he continues to keep bouncing back from it, but also his passion to help students out there, to help people out there. That really inspires me as well too, and just his love for life and his transparency as well too, which is super important. Just being vulnerable, a little combination of that, and just again watching you grow as a human and watching you pour your passion to other people because that's what I'm all into as well too.
It's Biggs.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Who's older? This guy
Hmm.
right here by a year and a half. Let's see. What languages do you speak? I want you to answer that one.
um
How does one answer this one?
well this is kind of terrible because I mean Our first language was Mandarin, which is a
Not true.
dialect of
Wait,
Chinese.
Taiwanese?
No, I
No,
think
it's
it was Mandarin.
yeah.
Okay, either
Okay,
way,
whatever.
Mandarin or Chinese. That was our first one. And then
Mhm.
English was our second language. But I got bullied in. We had growing up. We had a Chinese school, which was just on the weekends, and so I got bullied then. And that is the reason why my Chinese really sucks. I can somewhat understand it. I just can't speak it. So back to that, Mandarin slash Chinese was my first language. English was second, and then I started learning Spanish in middle school and high school, which is really sad, is I think I'm better at Spanish than I am in Mandarin.
Well,
I'm serious.
wait. So your Spanish is pretty decent?
I wouldn't say decent at all, but I
Your
definitely
your
can
Chinese is not that
understand.
bad.
Okay, I can
Come on.
understand Chinese more than I can in Spanish, but I think I might be able to speak more words in Spanish than I can in Mandarin.
No way.
It's pretty disgraceful to my culture, but
Oh, I'm probably impressed by your
Spanish
Spanish ability
skills.
because my Spanish is completely gone after the 4 years invested into taking Spanish.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
all right, let's see. One question, Kevin. Feel free to decline my answer if you're not comfortable. What type of car do you drive?
Oh, I don't even care. I can really answer anything. I don't drive a nice car, but it's an older car. It's a 2006 Infiniti G35. That was my dream car growing up. I actually got that like probably I think like 7 or 8 years ago. I got my first one, which was an '04 G35, and I totaled that car on a freeway when it was raining really really hard on Christmas Day, actually driving to work at midnight. So after I totaled that one, I absolutely got my dream color and car and make and everything like that. So I got another G35 that's white.
Nice, right on. All right, favorite movie.
Ooh, favorite movie.
Quick answers. We got a lot of.
Favorite movie. I would say movies that make me think a little bit more, almost like I don't know if you consider it sci-fi. You ever watch Limitless?
Yeah.
So Limitless is one of them, and then
Hmm.
Just in Time with is it Justin Timberlake? Where everything like life is not based on money; it's based on like how
Ooh.
much time you are, and then you can buy
Ah.
coffee with whatever like 3 seconds of your life and stuff like that. And
Ooh, I'm getting chills here.
yeah, so it's just
Nice.
I like movies that really make you think outside of life.
I love it.
Um,
Love it. Honey says, this is the brother that you always looked up to. Sorry, I just joined. Yeah. So, by the way, whoever, I don't remember who this was, but whoever, I think 2 days on our stream 2 days ago, someone asked, are your brother or sister ever going to be on your live stream? And whoever mentioned that, this is the reason why he's here right now because you requested it. So, yeah.
well, thanks guys for the
Yeah.
invite.
Why don't you make a YouTube channel?
That is a great question. Richard's always been telling me like to do that type of stuff. I don't know if I would have as much of a following as my brother. Like I think it's awesome. I kind of look up to him in terms of the sense of the following that he's been able to build. I do have a full-time job. I work at Target, which I mean I probably someday could create a channel, but I kind of like to. I don't know. I like just watching what you're doing and kind of feeding off of that. So I'm living vicariously through you.
Right on. Do you think do you think I'm just curious, do you think you would be interested in creating you like content and stuff like that regularly? Is that something that you could see yourself getting into?
I think it would be kind of cool, but I just feel like, I don't know, for me, there's this weird thought that there are just too many people out there that are influencers. There's people that have so much advice and wisdom, and like, what, I don't know, what, either the information that I'm bringing out,
Hmm.
everyone's already sharing that. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with that.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's good. For me, it's like I think our world is, there's a lot of you could say positive forces and negative forces, and kind of the reason why I do the work I do is because I want to be that small little tiny platform for people like anyone who's on right now to essentially consume more positive content versus going into a negative space. So
True.
just one little outlet, with 16 people on right now. That's all. At least we're getting more positive content out there.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all.
true.
Alrighty. Richard, you should do a laughing challenge with your brother. Richard, tell Kevin on what challenge is about. The don't laugh challenge. Did you see that video I posted by any
No.
chance? Okay. I didn't post it on Facebook or anything else. But yeah, do you know about the don't laugh challenge? It's
Mm.
like a series of funny videos.
Oh, and you're supposed to like not laugh or say
Right.
how long you
Yeah.
cannot laugh. Oh, I think I've seen that.
Yeah. So Jimmy's been sending a bunch of challenges. So I did a don't laugh challenge. He wants me to do a don't get mad challenge. Uh, and then someone else says like someone else sent me "Don't Get Scared." So it's a bunch of those like
It pops out
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything like that. Okay.
So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like it's a bunch of scary faces and stuff like that. Not my thing. I want to tell you Fortnite is out on Nintendo Switch. I heard about that.
Interesting.
Jimmy says, "What's your job and what do you do for a living?" You could answer that real quick.
Yeah, so I work for Target and I'm a store team leader, and essentially what that means is just a general manager. So I manage a Target location.
Yeah, pretty big deal. Only one general manager or store team leader per store. Let's see. Why do you guys look so different from before and now?
Oh, maybe
That
hair, maybe
sometimes.
hairstyle, maybe.
Let's see. Moon says, "Do you guys think you missed out because you grew up in a low income family or one that was in debt?"
No, absolutely not. I think honestly, the beauty in life is that you take your situation. It doesn't matter if you're super privileged, middle privileged, underprivileged. You make the most out of it. Honestly, you take your situation and you learn from it. I think the most important thing is that people have a positive attitude and people look at progressive things. So looking at situations and saying, "Hey, this is going to make me stronger. If this is weighing down on me, connect with people, build a community, grow stronger from situations." So if you're saying missing out, I actually think I gained a lot more in life and learned, matured, just picked up so many life lessons at such a young age that helped propel me to understand people a little bit better through middle school, high school, UCLA, even in my current career right now. Where I'm managing like a team of like 200 people, you just understand different walks of life.
Hmm.
And so just coming from a low income or underprivileged, I think that really helped me out, helped us out.
Yeah, I agree. And I think about Garrett actually. So growing up, I had a good friend who was decently wealthy. He was very well off, and I remember I was just super excited to have him as a friend because I got to go to his house and he had a bunch of toys. He had tons, like
Yeah.
hundreds of dollars worth of Legos and like over like 50 different model cars and like all this awesome stuff, like all the video game consoles with every single game, PCs, everything. That it was a dreamland going to his house. And I remember when I was young, I used to like, oh, I wish we could be like that. How
Yeah.
come we can't be like that?
Yeah.
And looking back, like right now, I don't feel like I missed out. I felt like going through the challenges that we went through,
Hmm.
it makes life so much more colorful. Like
Oh, for sure.
it reminds me of I don't know, like the visual in my mind is like Cinco de Mayo. It's like a colorful pinata. I don't know.
What?
That's just
Cinco de
yeah,
Mayo.
yeah. It does.
What?
It's just like colorful, you know.
Okay.
Like it just like it has like
That's a
yeah.
random connection
I
that you
don't
just
I don't know.
made.
It's just like I just see a lot of color in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
No,
all.
I agree. I think one thing that I would also want to share is like I think when you're young and you're growing up, um, I think we get so caught up in just being so short sighted. Like we think that everything is always better on the other side, right? Having all these toys and everything is like, oh my gosh, I just wish I had that. And what I would say is like, don't get so caught up in like the FOMO on like amongst like, oh my god, everybody has this, I don't have this, I'm not fitting in. What I would tell you guys is just like don't place so much emphasis on that. When you grow up and you go, high school's kind of a little bit more dramatic like that, where everyone's like, oh, you got to be cool, you got to have this, you got to have that, you got to be amongst the cool kids. And once you get out of high school, all that stuff does not matter. Like I was not the cool kid really ever in middle school, high school, any of that type of stuff. I was bullied and whatnot. So but coming out of that, it made
Mhm.
me stronger because I knew that I was taking on challenges. I was internalizing that as well too. So what I would say for you guys that are struggling out there, whether you're getting bullied, whether you feel like you don't fit in, whether you don't have the money, you don't have the looks, whatever you want to call it, it's not that big of a deal. Focus on just being yourself, accepting yourself, being positive, helping others as well too. And I promise you, I guarantee you, when you build a strong, positive mindset that's progressive, you're going to grow up and you're going to look back and you're going to be like, all that stuff really didn't matter. And so just take it as like some, don't over analyze, don't over amplify these small events, things that you think are so important right now. When you grow up, they're just going to be so minuscule.
Right on. So I was smiling because I saw Miss Harris said, "Does your brother have milk in his refrigerator?" I think that's a little bit of an inside joke.
I have
is that
cashew milk. I have cashew milk.
is that like a meme or something? I don't know. I think that's a really funny question to ask.
Huh.
I love it. Let's see, Kenny. I don't know if you're asking us. Are you excited about summer? I'll answer first. Uh, I guess I'm excited about summer. I think it's for me. It's different from the regular school year. You know, I still am going to be doing work. I still go to schools and summer school programs. I'm I don't know. I might write a book this summer, maybe question mark.
Oh, that's cool.
But I mean, if I don't do that, I'm doing something else, creating merchandise, other stuff. So it'll be fun. So I'm excited. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, all parts of the year honestly are really exciting for me because I don't really have, I work now. I don't really go to school, so for me, right now is a time where we have like holidays here and there. In retail, all the holidays are really really busy for me, so I'm excited for summer. Winter time is my prime time because of Christmas and all that stuff as well too. So I'm excited.
Right on. And people, I recognize that we are very far behind on
Oh,
comments,
we are.
but
Jeez.
we will catch up. All right, to the best of our ability. Let's see here. McKenna, good job on getting that job. Alrighty here. FBI says I know this doesn't have to do with what you're talking about, but last stream you said something about me showing my art. I just want to tell you I have a DeviantArt and my username is Cosmillion. That's a cool name. All right, I'm gonna uh all right, I'm just gonna look at it right now. Sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
I like
It's
it.
unique.
Yeah, it's cool.
Right on.
Yeah, we're checking out your DeviantArt right now. I like it.
That's
It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's
it's
so
unique.
I just love the like how you portray the eyes and I don't know. Y'all should check this out. Cosmillion, COS million. It's
That's
definitely worth
cool.
a look. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. Are you
You say of the camera. Shy, right? Shy?
probably shy?
I'm usually not in front of cameras, so I guess you could say I'm kind of shy.
Who's taller? Who weighs more? He's taller by like half an inch or an inch. I
Yes.
weigh more by like 15 pounds because I'm a fatty. Or this guy's just twigs, or maybe both. Uh, do you guys have? Wait, do you have a girlfriend, Kevin?
Why are you giving me that
What?
face?
Oh,
Recently, not so much. So single now.
all right. Let's see here, Kevin. If you have facial hair growing, would you shave it or keep it?
Actually, if you can see a little bit close, it does grow a little bit. It takes like a week or two, but I do like to keep it just to a minimum. Yeah,
Once upon a time, you had slightly like, yeah,
stubble, right?
yeah. All right. Sarah loves you. Oh, Kenny.
Oh, love you
Kenny.
too.
Kenny. Sorry, not you. Ouch.
Love you
Ouch.
too. Either way.
All right. I'd watch Kevin if he had a YouTube.
Oh, thanks, Sarah.
Your brother should work at Walmart. Oof.
What? My heart is broken.
You know, there's this feature. There's
Gosh.
this feature to hide users on channel or put them on a timeout. Report, remove, or you could add a modest moderator. Alrighty. I'm gonna skip to the questions so we can catch up to this. McKenna says, "I love the breadsticks at Target. If I could go to Target every day just for the breadsticks, I would."
Whoop whoop.
Is that the at the food court?
I think it's yeah. The some of them have like Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
So
Yum yum. Richard and Kevin, what's your favorite book? How many books did you read this year? Me, I haven't read any books in a while, so zero for me. That's a good question. I like that. Um, you want me to go first?
yeah, you can go. I have to look it up on
All
my
right.
phone. I think.
So this is kind of my default book to go to. There's a lot of great books out there, but the one that had, I would say, the biggest impact on me is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And a lot of you've probably heard me like butcher this phrase over and over again, which is "don't take anything personally" or "nothing is ever personal." Okay. And the Four Agreements, they're four very, very simple rules to live by in order to create happiness and build up your self-esteem in your own life and to pretty much just like it doesn't matter what's going on in your life, you know, it doesn't matter if you're getting bullied or whatever it is, like if you follow these four things you'll be much more happy. Yeah, so that's my favorite book. In terms of books this year, I don't know, not very many this year. I'm zero. Might be zero. I don't know. I've read parts of books but I've never really finished a book this not this year. I've done audio No, I listened to a lot of podcasts earlier this year, but not books.
Got it. I
I
don't
should read
know.
more though.
I don't know which one's like a favorite, but I can give you like two books that I don't really read as much because I'm kind of a slow reader, but I will listen to audiobooks. So one of them is like, what is it? The Subtle Art of Not Giving a
F.
F. You guys can figure that out. That's by Mark Manson, and really, that's just about truly understanding yourself, being comfortable in your own skin. He does have a lot of like humor. He paints life and gives a lot of like humorous type of examples. So, but I think those are really real life examples. So that's one of them. And then something that's been a very powerful book, and I'm still finishing this up, but it actually gives you so many tips on life, like all different aspects of life. It's Principles, and that's by Ray Dalio.
Oh,
So
nice.
huge. I'm still listening to that. It's a
Oh,
really, really in-depth book. It gives you a lot of good insight on just to handle, I don't know, everything in life, just how you view life, your personality, leadership, everything. So
did you see the animations?
no, I haven't.
Have you seen advertisements for the animations?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, uh, I've linked the animations. It's a it's about a 30-minute total. There's like it breaks it down into different chapters and stuff like that. And it's a really good animation.
Really?
So yeah,
Hmm.
like I would even if you read the book, I would still recommend you just check out the animations. I think
Yeah.
it'll be a really good summary for you.
Hmm.
It's super what is that like condensed
Yeah.
and
Streamline.
exactly like
Yeah.
it makes it really simple. So highly recommendation. Wow, recommend it. Uh, was it Ray Dalio?
Yeah. Ray Dalio's Principles.
Principles. Yeah. So here, I'm gonna link in the chat right now. Whoops. Here we go. Okay. So here we go. Uh I just linked it in the chat. Feel free to check out the animation or get the book for more details, but it's definitely worth a watch. Alrighty. Do you play musical instrument? Nope. How do you learn to my brother doesn't play instruments. How do you learn your songs in guitar? Ultimateguitar.com. Ultimate-guitar.com. That's how I learn all my guitars, but I don't really play guitar that much. I don't play by ear or anything like that. Yes, you can watch YouTube videos as well. Jimmy asks, Kevin, do you work out? How much do you lift?
How much you
how many
lift? How many?
how many times do you go to the gym?
I'll go to the gym. I'll play basketball, pick up games, and I'll probably lift weights like maybe once or twice a week. How much do I lift? I guess like a curl with two hands, probably like I don't know, 90 or 100 pounds. It's probably not that much. It isn't.
Alrighty. Show up with your muscles. It's cool. All right.
Kevin, do you want to get married and have kids? Wow, Jimmy dropping some deep questions. Eventually, someday, with the right person. I'm not going to rush anything, but once I find the right person, the right timing, absolutely love to have like 2 to 4 kids someday. Yeah.
Wait, I feel like I missed a whole stream of questions, or maybe not. Okay. If I miss your question and you really want me to answer it, just type it back in. You can even write, "Hey, you missed my question. Here's the question again." Um, because it looks like we're caught up. I don't know if we actually are, or if I mean, there's so many comments going on. So, yeah. Maria says, "What was one embarrassing obsession of your childhood?" Huh.
Embarrassing obsession?
Let's see here. I
For you can go. Mine's around Pokemon and just money in general.
um I, I just thought of random things. I don't know.
Okay.
Like obsessions, chips and salsa.
Oh, you're talking about
No, I don't know.
chips and salsa.
Like when I say like I was obsessed with chips and salsa. It was
Really?
yeah.
I don't remember that.
Um I don't think you were at home. I maybe this was in high school or something. Well, I guess that's still not really childhood, but that's what comes to my mind. Like I used to finish. like the whole Costco bags in in a few days,
Dang.
along with like the whole pint of salsa.
Whoa.
And I'd go through that like I'd be eating it nonstop, like every single day for snacks. It was like so unhealthy.
That's probably why I never. I was wondering why we never had chips and salsa. That's probably why.
Yeah, go for it.
What's that?
Your your obsession.
Obsession? I guess it was around money. So I
Yeah.
mean, anytime I'd make money, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I was making like whatever, $20 to $50 a day. So I'd be counting my money like over and over, like multiple times a
That's
day,
so
just because
funny.
I had an obsession with it. It was more so like fear. I told you, it was like just knowing that we had to make money for the family, and so I sold a little of everything: beanie babies, candy, all that stuff. But I would constantly count money.
That's so funny because it's like now that like I don't think about these things, but now that you bring that up, I remember I strictly remember you like always always counting money.
It'd be a ton of coins, a ton of like ones and fives, and 20s were rare. 10s, 20s, and $100 bills were rare.
Yeah, like for me, when I was younger and you were counting your money, like to me, it didn't really mean much. I thought you're just doing your thing, you know.
Yeah,
But now that I reflect back on it, it's like
there's a reason.
it's like for me, it would be like counting my Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
But for you, it's like counting your money
yeah,
and Pokemon cards, but Pokemon cards so you can make money.
true.
All right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you care about social media? For me, social media, I will use Facebook to get a little of everything: information, educational, I don't know, current events as well too. Some things that are irrelevant, fun stuff that I'm wasting time with. But what I would say, social media, probably maybe like a 5 or 6. I'm not too big on social media just because I think you can use a lot of time on social media. I think social media is important because it does share about events, but I also think that social media blows up a lot of things. So
Hmm,
I don't spend too much time, I don't have too much emphasis on social media, but I
yeah.
do know it's important because that is the future.
Hmm. Oh, interesting. For me, I would say I used to be really, really active in Facebook. I mean, obviously, most people on here probably aren't super, super active on Facebook. Mostly Instagram, Snapchat, maybe YouTube. But like, it was almost like I was really heavily, like, really, really into Facebook, as in like, making sure I was engaged, creating connections and everything, like building relationships and everything on Facebook. And I would say for me personally, at a 1 out of 10, I'm just gonna guess it's probably like a 5 right now. Uh, for me, like I've actually used was it Newsfeed Eradicator. I don't use I do use Instagram, but I try not to get stuck in the whole
Yeah.
just like consuming people's feeds and stuff like that, because I think I find more peace just living my life and not
True.
comparing myself with other people, watching their feeds and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can get too caught up on people's like it becomes so, I don't know, I don't want to say vain, but it's so surfacey that everybody starts to post certain things and they want to represent the certain lifestyle that they're not necessarily living. And I like to the fact of social media because it connects people and it like positively influences people like your channel, right? But what I don't like about it is when it makes people feel less than, or it makes people feel sad or something like that.
Mm, yeah, right on. Let's see. All right, Kevin, I'm gonna let you read this next question,
Okay.
and then while you're reading that next question, I'm gonna read through Jimmy's
Okay,
comment.
sounds good. It says, Richard, what was one of your most embarrassing
Oh,
moments in life along with Kevin? So, most
oh,
embarrassing moments?
I'll let you answer that first.
Most embarrassing moments. Well, that's a good question. I think probably most embarrassing moment, like I said, I think growing up, like through middle school, high school, the things that happen to you get really amplified and you think it's going to be like life or death, or it's going to be so dramatic. And um, for some reason in freshman year and sophomore year of I just remembered this when I was on the swim team. A lot of times people like teams like that, they haze you, and so for some reason there were multiple Kevins on the team, and They would
Hmm.
always say that I was like Kevin, oh, the gay one, like the gay one, and everybody's oh, gay, gay, you're gay, you're gay. And for some reason that bothered me. I don't understand why it bothered me because it doesn't have any bearing on you. Being gay, what is it, how does that make you any different, you know what I mean? So I think embarrassing moment, like I just felt so bad and I felt like different from other people, and people were being so condescending in that matter. So I guess that's the most embarrassing moment. But like I said, like things that happen in middle school and high school, don't get too caught up in it. It will pass, it'll blow over. Don't take it so seriously. Like everything will be all right, and just connect with your friends and just be as positive as you can. And that's the most important part, you know.
Nice, right
Yeah.
on. Let's see. In terms of my embarrassing moment, uh, Morgan, it's hard for me to answer this question directly off the top of my head. Like, if I have more time to think about it, then I could probably give you something. The first thing that comes to my mind, this is a little bit different, but long story short, is I was taking an exam, and on the first page of the exam, I don't know if I might have told you this already, but so it was an AP exam in
Mhm.
high school, and the school, like, we started our exam about maybe 45 minutes late or something like that.
Okay.
And on the exam, it says on the front page, um, if this test starts past 20 minutes of the scheduled time, do not take this test and just turn your test in. Like, just sign the cover, turn your test in, and walk out. That's what the instructions say. And the thing is, when we got into the room, it was 45 minutes late, where it was past. We should have all signed it and left.
So everybody should have.
Everyone should have done that.
And then so what happened?
So the test started. Not a single person like did anything. Everyone just went straight to the test. And I sat there. I was just like, this is really weird. Like, it literally says right here that we should be signing this, leave the test there and walk out of the room. But
Yeah.
nobody's doing it. So in that moment, like, I felt so guilty because I was just like, I'm lying. I know it seems kind of silly, but like internally, I just felt like it was super off. So in a way, I know this is embarrassing on the outside, but like on the inside, I felt a little bit embarrassed. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't want to, get our school in trouble or whatever. So I just sat there and I did the test. So
That's random. I
I know.
totally never heard of that. That's
Yeah.
funny though.
I don't know. Like, what would you do? Would you
I would
take the
ask
test?
somebody. I would stand up and
That's a good
ask
one.
the
Yeah.
administrator and just get clarification. And then if they say go for it, then go for it.
Yeah, I guess
Um,
so. Yeah. I was a very shy person who didn't voice his opinion when I was younger or speak up. So that's something I learned. So something I know going forward. Honey says, "Do you feel weird being on camera in front of a lot of people?" I'm used to it, so that's what I would say.
I'm getting more used to it. I'm just learning that it is what it is.
Miss Sarah says, "Can you trick yourself into falling in love?" I think you can if you're not being careful. Got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Experiences?
I think if you paint a certain like picture in your head of like what love is, and you're like, oh well, you know, hypothetically, my girlfriend is doing X, Y, and Z. Like it, that must mean you're like manipulating yourself to believe that the actions that they're doing, you're justifying them, and that's how love should look like. So I think in a lot of different aspects, there's a lot of different aspects about love, but I think you absolutely can trick yourself into falling in love. Yeah.
My question to you is, how do you prevent yourself from falling into that trap of tricking
Like
yourself?
tricking yourself, I
Yeah.
think the most important thing is understanding yourself and then laying down the fundamentals of what you want in a relationship. Like what are non-negotiables? What are things that you absolutely need in a relationship, so you don't deviate too far from those like non-negotiables or those principles that you want in a relationship. And that's the easiest way that you don't stray away. So if there's somebody that's breaking a rule or something that you absolutely don't stand for, you're not making excuses for them. You're just making it clear. And plus, once you lay it out and you talk about that with the other partner, they know exactly where you lie with those fundamentals. So they're more likely to uphold those principles.
Hmm. Alrighty. Do you think some of these are weird? What do you mean by that? Do you get that?
Questions? No, I think these are any questions that we can talk about. We're all just an open book.
Yeah. I think the questions are great. Alrighty. Scroll up, please. Can you show Kevin the comment I typed, please? Let's see. Do you want to read this comment?
Which one?
This right
The
here.
TV and videos.
It's a little bit long of a comment.
One time I share Richard about don't worry about
Okay.
technology and just focus on improving on your reality. One time I watched a YouTube video, a man named Travis Wu. He made a decision to quit video games, but he made a great example of so and so and planning to quit TV and video games. When you, what is it? When you TV and video games, you're suddenly left with your thoughts on your own reality. But if so and so thinks that the TV is better and so wants to get rid of the video games, that doesn't mean we should stick to the TV. That means that we need to improve our reality. We need to improve our relationships, hobbies, and all sorts of things we are doing. Is that it? Yeah. What I would say is I kind of agree as well too. Where what I would say the most important thing is balance. Video games, whatever you do out there, you just need a balance, right? You can't focus in just I don't want to say running away, but like using video games as like a full outlet. Running away from your fears, life experiences, failures, successes. You can't just completely drown yourself. You have to be able to have balance. You have to have perspective and reality and multiple things. That's why the most important thing that I would say is just to diversify your life. So be sure that you don't give up some of the most important things. Figure out what's important to you, obviously, right? So family, never fully give that up. Friends, never fully give that up. Video games, while you have it as part of your life, don't let it consume your life. Sports, extracurriculars as well too, business as well too. All these things are really important, but once you figure out your priorities, whether it be 2 to 5 different priorities, never fully give up on something if you think it's important. Just because one priority sounds you're either more successful in one priority or it's taking up more time.
Mm,
Because the one thing that I would never wish upon somebody else is to regret spending too much time on one priority and then giving up something and then regretting that.
sweet. Nice. Let's see here. And then Jimmy also says, can you survive 90 days without social media? So first of all, Jimmy's asking about this because he's doing a 90-day
Oh, cool.
no social media challenge
Yeah.
himself.
What I would say is if as long as I have my other balanced priorities, such as like work, friends, family, basketball, exercising, I think I could definitely give up social media for 90 days. Yeah.
Nice. Right on. Marie says, what is something that you completely changed about you as you got older?
That's such an easy one.
Ooh, go for it.
Gosh, growing up, elementary school, middle school, high school, even through parts of college, the first like few years, I was so worried about what other people thought. I cared so much about what other people thought, and just like that really affected me on the inside.
Mm,
I wanted to be so badly liked because I was bullied, all these different things in going through middle school, elementary school. I wasn't like the cool kid or anything like that. But once I realized that, hey, everybody has their own life, they're living their own lives. Let's focus on positivity, let's focus on yourself. It really doesn't matter what other people think, as long as you're representing your true self and you have great intentions in life and trying to help other people. It really doesn't matter. So
mm,
whether it be in work, whether it be in any aspect of my life, I know that I have really great intentions. I'm trying to help other people, and if there's always going to be haters out there. That's the thing. Doesn't matter if you get really good at what you do in anything, right? There's always going to be haters there. They're either going to say, oh, you're cheating, oh, you got there through other people, whatever it may be. Don't focus on the negative comments. They're just trying to pull you down. They're trying to project their insecurity. So just do you. Be positive. Try to help other people, lift other people up around you, and don't care so much about what other people are. Don't try to misrepresent or feel like you have to show other people that you're living this cool life or this great life on social media. Kind of like what we were talking about earlier.
nice. Right on. Let's see. Things that I've completely changed about myself. I guess when I look at this question, it's a little bit of a different answer than my brother. For me, I feel like the key word is completely change yourself. I think for me, there's always life is always like a constant improvement, and even things like don't compare yourself with other people. To not take things personally, like all these things that I've learned and grown from. I still feel like it's a little bit of a gradient, and I'm still kind of working on improving.
Yeah.
I guess in a way, I do still hold on to little, like just a little bit of things from my past,
Hmm.
and it's still with me, and I'm working on that. So I've improved a lot, but to say completely change, I think it's like 90+% change, but there's still a little bit left.
Got it.
Yeah. Miss Sarah says, "Is it unhealthy to make yourself believe that you love someone?" Uh,
Is it unhealthy to make yourself believe that you love someone? Make yourself believe that you love someone.
I think it's a little bit of a trick
That's a
question.
tricky question. Is it unhealthy
So
to make yourself believe?
it kind of depends. So I mean, you could, let's say you're pretending to love someone.
Yeah,
Just because you're pretending to love someone, does that mean that it's unhealthy? Not necessarily, but in my opinion, I feel like the right thing to do is to just be honest with yourself.
true.
So if you know you don't love someone, then don't pretend that you love someone,
Right on.
n- for them and for you. Because at the end of the day, okay, here's where it becomes unhealthy. It becomes unhealthy when you're lying to yourself. And when you lie to yourself, what's going to happen is you're going to lose that self trust, because you're not being truthful with yourself. But if you're truthful with yourself, and you're willing to admit to yourself, okay, you know what, I don't love this person. If that's the truth, then you're gonna. It might hurt a little bit at the beginning. At the end of the day, you're gonna build more self trust, and you're gonna feel better about yourself because you could trust yourself.
Well, it's not even that too. I mean, yes, I agree with what you're saying, but it also is once you accept it and admit that you can now based on your goals like say for example it's your if it's like your parents right you're mad at them you absolutely hate them because they did something maybe they were too controlling they wouldn't let you go somewhere and you hate them the more you're truthful with yourself and you're like I actually hate my parents right now just because of this but I accept that now but now I'm realizing through life and experiencing that my mom or my parents or my dad has always been there for me. They always had great intentions, and you will learn things in life later as you have more perspective and you become more grateful for your parents and what they taught you. So, but once you figure out that, then you can say, well, I want to apologize and I want to love them because now I see what their true intentions were and I want to get to that path where I can build that relationship with them. So being honest with yourself, it starts with that, and then from there you can build upon what your goal is going to be with them.
Right on. Wait, real quick. Are we playing basketball tonight?
Yeah,
Tomorrow?
yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
probably.
Cool. All right.
Like 10,
So
15 minutes maybe.
yeah, let's. I'm gonna try. Okay, we're gonna try catching up with these comments and ending at 9 p.m. in 8 minutes. So yeah, let's do
We'll
it.
just blow through these real quick.
Yeah, Morgan says, Richard and Kevin, what is your favorite place to go, like a theme park or school or something, and why? Just favorite place to go in general. Uh, whoever thinks we could answer
I
first.
I'm just gonna go with I loved my university. UCLA was just a beautiful campus, had great resources, great people there, and theme park. I would say definitely Six Flags
Hmm.
or Knott's Berry Farm. Those I love roller coasters.
For me, when I think about a place that I like going to, I just think about nature in general. It could be the beach, it could be the forest. So,
True.
Redwood Forest is beautiful. I just love. Uh, I don't know. There's a part of me I don't love always being out there, like like living in the forest. But I
Yeah.
love going out there and just being by myself and just it's beautiful.
And I'll add traveling as well too. Just going to a place where you either don't speak the language or you don't know their culture. So just submerging yourself in a different culture, you learn so many different things. And so if you get a chance to travel in the
Mhm.
future as you guys grow up, definitely travel to a place where you don't know much. Where just break out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, right on. Mister says, or is it unhealthy to be scared to stop feeling love, so you cling onto it even when it's gone? I think I'll let you give your thoughts.
I'll say it
Go
can
for
be
it.
unhealthy to cling on to something even when it's gone. It's natural to feel hurt, but as you experience more heartbreak or challenges in life and negative experiences, it does make you stronger. You will be able to adapt and become stronger and resilient after each of these situations. But what I would say is like don't be scared to stop feeling love or don't cling on as well too. What you feel is natural. Be transparent. Talk to the to your partner or whoever it is that you're loving and just get on the same page and figure out if the future makes sense for the both of you in that path. If it doesn't, like I guess what I've always believed is, if it's meant to be, or if you love something enough, it's going to come back to you. And kind of like the whole fate thing as well too. So don't try to force things that require like somebody else to also love like a relationship because there's only so much you can do. You can only what is it lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink the water. So
Right on. My thoughts on that is, let's see. I think it's how do I say this? This is more about self acceptance. It's about like if you if you feel like you love someone, but you know it's time to kind of move on from it, just be patient with yourself. You know, just uh, it's a process. It's not something that you could just let go of right away. You could try, but be patient with yourself because it will take time. That's all.
Absolutely. I would say my first heartbreak, my first relationship of like
Oof.
2 years and 9 months, I was so depressed for like 6 months. And this was at UCLA. And it had to be two of my friends that were literally spending time with me, staying up till like 3, 4 a.m. Love them to death, Trisha and Winnie, if you ever see this. I couldn't have gotten through my like first heartbreak. Obviously, the first ones are the toughest ones. And after that, I learned just about myself to accept myself and just be able to move on through certain things and not control everything that you can't control. Just focus on what you can control, which is your thoughts, what you want, being positive, and just getting on the same page and being transparent with the other person.
Nice, right on. What's up, Icy Wolf Vlogs? Shout out to Icy Wolf Vlogs from Crescent Elk. Jimmy says, Kevin, Richard, and everyone else watching this live stream, my piece of advice for technology use is in a positive way and as a tool. Don't use it as a way to escape reality and all those bad things. I agree.
Love it.
Kevin, what's your favorite sports brand? Oh,
Sports brand, I would say let's go definitely Nike.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Nike.
is there anything else besides Nike that you would consider here?
Some
Really?
I have some
Puma?
Adidas.
Yeah, but
Used
I
to have
mean,
some Puma, but
I feel like you're all Nike. Like,
Champion. I do wear that. It's from
yeah,
Target,
true.
so got to rep Target.
Let's see. How does it feel like being 30 years old?
Old man, a lot of the stuff I don't recover from as quickly as possible. I'm just kidding. I feel pretty good. Like honestly, they say like you hear like numbers just what is it? Age is just a number. It's true. It's all mindset. Don't focus too much on the numbers as well too. What age you are. So physically, mentally, I feel like I'm towards like my peak as well too. So yeah.
Yeah, right on. Sarah says, I don't want to let anyone down, but I never know if I'm actually feeling something or if I'm feeling what they want me to feel. How can I improve this?
If you're somebody that like, for me at least, this is what helped. Write down your feelings and thoughts. Write down what you want in a relationship, and like I said, don't take into consideration what they're thinking about or what they want from you in a
Mm,
relationship. Again, figure out, sit by yourself, meditate. There's a lot of like different apps that help you like be able just to think about yourself and get in your zone. And again, figure out what do you want in a relationship, what makes you happy in a relationship, what makes you happy in a partner, with a partner, and from there you'll have like a good baseline or good threshold of what's important to you.
yeah. And just to reiterate, I would say the main piece of this to me also is uh, focus on what do you want, like your own opinion, and don't worry about what other people think. Yeah, this is about you. Yeah.
what do you, what do you guys do that still drives each other crazy? I would say, I mean, I'm stubborn in myself, but I would say my brother, whenever I push him, sometimes like push him too hard. Now he's much better. He's much more, I would say, open minded. You would like listen to certain things, but I know before I was like pushing whether an agenda, I was trying to help you learn through my mistakes and other people's mistakes. Because for me, the way that I learned is people taught me a lot of different things in life, and they told me essentially how to get to success quickly, and I'm the type of person that will take the most efficient route. I'll listen to as many people and just like do that.
Yep.
So I was projecting that onto my brother, and I
Mhm.
understand everybody has different learning ways, and my brother, for him, he likes to experience things kind of by himself whether he fails or not. So for me it was frustrating. I was like, I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom, I'm giving you the success and the answers to life and how to quickly go through, but I think over time you started to see, and I learned as well too, what your style was. So I didn't push as hard, but you also learned, like, oh, he has good intentions. He's just trying to look out for me, and then he would just see that I would just give him advice on how to be successful and a lot of different ways in life. So yeah, I think that was the thing that drove me crazy. Is I was just trying to help him out of it, whether it be his depression, out of his slumps and stuff like that. And sometimes he would just put his wall up, and he would not want to listen.
Yeah, no, same exact thing. As I guess as much as that drove you crazy, that drove me crazy too. In a way,
Hmm.
it's like on my side, it's like I never asked you to. I never asked for advice.
Yeah.
I never asked for you to tell me what to do or to give me the secrets of life in a way. So it's a little bit of a balance.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's I know that he means well, but I don't know, for whatever reason I'm just stubborn. Just
Mm.
internally, just not wanting to listen. So it's a balance. Yeah. Are you trans?
Are you
No
trans?
trans. No.
Sorry.
FBI says, was the top character on my DeviantArt pink and blue? Let's see.
Is
Top.
this like a white or gold or Laurel Yanni type of thing?
Yeah, pink and blue. Yes, that's the top one. Laurel,
Definitely Yanni.
Laurel. Sorry, it seems annoying. I just want to make sure you weren't looking at the wrong thing. If I don't know, it's gonna bug me. Yeah, yeah, that's the right one. That'd be pretty funny if it wasn't wasn't the right one. How do you like like your
Scrambled
eggs?
for sure. There's no other way. Scrambled.
I like my eggs all different kinds of ways. Scrambled, what, sunny side up,
Yeah.
over easy, poached.
What do we
Yeah,
got?
hard. Yeah, okay.
Let's see what else we got here. Got one question.
Uh, I'll let you read that one.
What do you think of me trying to overcome this one challenge that I'm trying to face right now, which is no social media, and for me to overcome more future challenges in life? Richard, can you share, Kevin, about my social media struggle? Um, Real quick, I would just say I don't know the background, but I do know based on what you're asking. I think it's a great challenge. I think any challenge that you have in life, the more you can prove to yourself that you can do something, the more you're going to build self confidence and self worth as well too. So challenge yourself as long as it's healthy. You know what I mean? Like as long as it's a healthy challenge, like if it's working out, if it's no social media, no video games or something like that, prove to yourself that you can do it. Because in life, like I said, don't focus too much on one thing. Like grades aren't everything, but it is very important because it teaches you discipline and it teaches you, it builds confidence that you can do it. You can get into a school, get a good job, whatever you want to do. So just keep trying to prove yourself, build self confidence through challenges.
Right on. Let's see. Sarah says, "Gonna go in a few minutes, painting my arm. Don't ask
Oh,
why." I think that's
we
awesome.
won't ask why.
What's up, July Flowers? Welcome. FBI says, what do you do if you have a friend who has changed so much that you don't want to be friends with them anymore? I don't want to seem like a bad person shoving someone out of my life.
No, don't feel bad. Like I said, don't feel bad. It's not about offending other people. I think what it is if you have good intentions and you're upfront and you're vulnerable, and you say, "Hey, listen, like I can see that you've changed. Like you like to do X, Y, and Z. This is absolutely nothing personal. I don't share like the same commonalities." And for them, yes, they may react adversely. They may get angry. They may get mad or take it personally, but just like I say, stay calm and just stick to the facts and just say, hey, listen, I think we're veering a different way. We have different paths, different interests, whatever it may be. And this is why it has nothing to do with you. I think you're still a good person. I just think we have different commonalities or whatever the answer is. And then go from there. I don't think it's bad to shove someone away. People grow apart sometimes, and sometimes they come back, right? So you never know.
Solid answer. There we go. Uh, Jimmy says, Kevin, Richard, not everyone on the stream. One more statement. No matter how many hours you spend on video games, TV, or all those sort of stuff, as long as you have a self control of yourself and use it to a positive way, then you'll be fine, peeps. One more thing with technology, take non-digital breaks for 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save your eyes.
Yeah, right on. All right, people, thank you so much for hopping on. It is 9:03 p.m. right now, and let's see. Tomorrow is a topic video, so we will have some sort of topic that we'll be answering. One of your questions. Besides that, I'll see you on Friday for the next live stream. Kevin won't be here. Thank you for being on.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, and for anyone who's playing Fortnite, we got Fortnite Friday after our live stream too. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a good night. Take care.
See you
Bye.
guys. Sweet.